Welcome to the Live Fire Media Show. This is going to be episode 44, and we are back from the moon. I say we, meaning me and my buddy Luke here. We both rep moons out, and as we've been there doing it for more than a few times. Hunter hopefully is joining us later on. If he doesn't, well, whatever, it's fine. Shit happens. And same with Nick. I think he's kind of MI at the moment, so it's just going to be me and Luke. So what's up, buddy?
Not much, man. How you been? How you doing?
I mean, honestly, being back from moons, it's been like a super chill week of trying to, and here comes my noisy daughter. Yeah,
I can wear my pink boots tomorrow.
You can wear your pink boots tomorrow. That's exciting. All right, get out of here, you.
Executive producer over here. Hi, little one. How are you?
What do you say?
He said, "Hi, little one. How are you?" All right, get out of here, you.
Good.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad you're good.
All right, you get out of here. Go.
Okay.
Be gone with thee.
Yeah, Eva usually makes pop in entrances to say hi.
I like
especially to Hunter.
She's making sure you're staying on track.
Yeah, right. But no, it's been like a super chill week. Come back from moons, like coming off that high. I spent too much of Monday probably downloading footage to see if I got any actual camera footage, gun footage. I mean, all of it, and most of it. No, it didn't really pan out for me. So it's like whatever.
I think that may be like the unwritten cost of going to moons is that it's not just the 2 nights you're spending like staying up till whenever in the morning,
right.
Shooting and running around and sweating your ass off or getting rained on like we were. But then you also have to do the recovery afterwards of unscrewing up your sleep schedule and then washing off all your gear, checking yourself for ticks.
Thinking like when we bailed out of there, it turned from 1:59 to 3 a.m. because of daylight savings or whatever.
Right.
And then I think I was back in the hotel room. And I feel like I looked at the clock and it said 4 something. It might have been 4:45, honestly. By the time I just like stripped, jumped in that bed, was like, I'm gonna sleep for a couple hours. I had the hotel 11, then get in my truck and drive home, which was 6 hours plus.
Yeah, I forgot. So you drove all the way there.
Dude, I liked it at Baller, man. I drove out Friday, shot Friday night, and finished up Sunday, slept for a couple hours, and drove home. Like just get in, get out, and be done.
I mean, I would almost prefer that over flying in and out with all that stuff and dealing with TSA and going through Washington, D.C. with guns and everything.
Yeah, there is that, man. Driving out for about any of that shit, it is kind of nice. I'll give it that.
Yeah, because I mean, there's a certain added level of comfort knowing that your guns are like within your possession,
right? They're technically with you. They're not. Maybe below you. Hopefully.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, like I haven't fingers crossed. I've never lost a gun going through the transportation system.
Same.
But I've heard it happen. It happens to people on a regular basis. So
God, that would absolutely suck the most.
Yeah,
man. I mean, just
So, how do you feel about your performance during the match? It was actually before we start talking about that, I want to point something out that I think has never happened before at a Moons Out match. There was no moon, dude. There was no moon for 2 nights. There was no moon.
Well, no, that's not true. It came out at the very end.
After everyone.
Yeah, I was the last shooter for our squad Sunday night. And the moon rolled out and that fog was in and you couldn't see shit. It was
it was soupy. It was soupy.
Oh, so
like you could have had like the highest FOM tubes on the planet and you couldn't see to the end of a 50-yard berm, man.
No.
Talk about a test of like your equipment. Like it didn't matter what you had. You could have had crappy Gen 2s or like Panos, but you weren't seeing anything that night.
No. The only thing that saved me a little bit, which I can say, is the thermal. I was technically running thermal, but that also didn't entirely work out in my favor as well.
So you were using a DNT optics day-night thermal, right? So it's like a day-night digital scope, and then it also has a thermal camera piggybacked on top of it, right?
No, I think it's a thermal primarily, and then has the digital night vision piggybacked on top.
Okay, so it's the other way around. Gotcha.
Yeah. So the thermal performance is pretty solid, actually. The digital night vision, I play around with a little bit, but honestly, because I have nods, I just use my nods. Like I had the picture-in-picture set up on it, and honestly, I should have just killed it. But being on the range in the field, it was kind of like, shit, how do I turn that off? I didn't really remember, so I was like, screw it, just leave it there.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal.
You know, Nick Chen has walked me through it a couple of times, and I forget every time he walks me through it because, like, it's in a box off right there. That's it in a box right now because I'm moving it between guns. But very interesting optic, actually.
Yeah.
How do you feel like? Did you feel like there was like the refresh rate, or how like the size of the image was enough to keep you going through the competition without any major hangups?
Well, so there's the funny thing. This is what runs into. When I was at home messing with it, because you know I'm running those really weird ass Steiner PVS 21s.
Yeah,
They're real low profile against my face, but because of the lenses are like on my cheekbones, as to then the emitters that are at my eyes, to get the right eye rolled up and out of the way so I could pull up and look at the DNT, I had to bring those 21s out further, almost like the length of bill of a hat.
mm-hmm.
And with the smaller objective lenses on those 21s, it went from, you know, usually like it's hitting my temple, my forehead. So I'm used to like being right there at my eyes, and kicking out that far, it was like looking through maybe a penny on my left eye. And I was like, at home, it wasn't a big deal. You know, I would just look around. I was like, oh, I can see the street sign down there. I aim up the rifle, and I was like, oh yeah, I can see the stop sign either way. I'm like, this is totally going to work. This is going to be fun. Well, we get to that first stage, which we did the trench run.
That was your guys' very first stage.
That was our very first stage.
Okay.
And I was like looking around. I'm like, shit, this is kind of rough with that eye so far out. I'm like, I can't see shit with this right now. And on top of that, I've got this old Unobtainium Gears little mission recorder.
Okay.
It doesn't work with the 21s again because those lenses are so small.
And that just goes like right in the back.
You just put it right up. You don't notice it. But the mount I've got is for a PVS 14, which doesn't work because it's too big around. So I just duct taped it to the lens because I wasn't even using the right eye. I was like, just screw it, duct tape it. What the hell? What am I going to lose? It's fine. So I'm looking around and going, like, this is a little rough. I was like, okay, on this stage, I know they're telling us about the gun's got to be down because to the right was the foxhole stage. So it's not like I can walk with the rifle up, you know, looking through the thermal. I was like, I'll be fine though. The left eye will be all right. Dude, I walk up to that line, like, are you ready? And I was like, sure. He says, go. And first off, besides the mud and slipperiness of slipping down in the trench,
right.
I shot that first target, Ivan. And after that, they're like, to your left, the port, to your left. And I was like, where? I was feeling like a blind man, feeling the walls to find the port.
Really?
Yeah, because
so you couldn't even see the port.
I couldn't see anything.
Wow.
I think they walked me into the second port. I made it down to the mortar launcher, and I grabbed Ian's rifle and threw it to my eye like I was doing with mine. Saw that target and shot that. Beyond that, I didn't see anything else.
I
was
just like, actually.
Did you?
Yeah, I totally missed.
Well, but at that point, I basically gave up on that stage. I was like,
really? So you didn't even get down to the Lima 6 portion, did you?
No.
Oh, that's a bummer because like I learned later that it wasn't just an FRT one; it was it's a genuine full auto. That was.
It was.
Yeah, I think that was like either a post sample or a transferable lower.
Oh shit! I just assumed it was a FRT.
Yeah, so. They gave everyone like a 15-round belt. Unfortunately, I only got about like 4 to 5 rounds out because I ripped off my last rounds at that blind target that was out there right as the buzzer went off, and there was this like RO argument between like 2 or 3 of them or whatever, and then Les was just like, just give him the effing point because like they spent like 5 minutes on it and it happened. They're going back through the shot timer to see like, well, I shot before the beeper went off, but it impacted the target went. Like I was like, whatever. I'm glad I got the points, but I didn't get the full 15-round belt. But
well, I realized immediately on that stage, I was like, okay, having those 21s out so much further isn't going to work. I'm like,
yeah.
And my squad mom was Philip, who I've hung out with him before. Yeah, multiple moons. Yeah. And Philip was like, Dave, just have fun, dude. Yeah. Just have fun. And I was like, you know what?
You chose suffering.
Yeah. So at that point, I cranked the right eye back down, slid back to my face. I'm like, oh, I can see now again. Now I'm like, holy shit. I probably should have asked for the mulligan on that first stage, but I was so like irritated from just how everything worked. I kind of forgot about it.
Yeah.
So after that, I left the action recorder in my right eye, which really wasn't in the way. And that means I couldn't really aim with the thermal. So I just would try and remember to hit record on the thermal, and I ran active IR. Okay. So I had D-ball as backup on there. So I just ran the laser and light on that for the rest of the damn match.
And did that like work out a lot easier for you?
It worked out pretty good.
Okay.
Okay, here I'll tell you where the thermal actually came into play. Our last stage on Friday night or Saturday morning, whatever, was the shoot house. So we had to ditch all of our gear. And
oh yeah, the Hesco house. Okay.
Yeah, the Hesco house. Yeah. So I didn't have any additional ear pro on my bag. I had just what was on my helmet, so I could keep my helmet on. And the Hesco house, that was great. That stage was badass. The white light, blast the targets, the frangibles, run the house, super awesome. But when I came back to my kit, I threw that barrel in there. I had that bandolier, so it's quick and easy throw on. It was done. My belt, I just clipped it up way higher than my waistline just to get it on real quick. And my nods, I've got a really long lanyard on my nods anyways. I grabbed them and I went, oh, fuck this. There's no flight I can see. I threw it around my neck, grabbed my rifle. I see you had a cookie. It's good. I could see one off at the moonlight because it was out a little bit.
Yeah.
And told the RO, I was like, dude, I'm good. He goes, you're good. I was like, yeah, let's go. He goes, all right, dude. I ran around, get that point where you post up. And then I actually came up and actually aimed with the DNT to find those 4 targets. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1 in sequence. And I was like, oh, this is what it looks like to use the thermal on these targets. Like, this is pretty cool.
Oh, so the thermal actually came into play at the very end there.
At the very end. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So I actually have pretty good footage of that one. And then the last stage, I told you where the fog wall came in. That was the tripwire mine stage.
Oh yeah, where with the radio calls.
Yes.
That was that's like in contention for probably my favorite stage of the match because that was truly inventive. They should do it in the trench next year and call different like ports.
That would be cool. That'd be cool.
Because like the world building for each stage was also pretty cool. Like they gave you like, here's your mission, and in my head I'm like, okay, I can self-insert in that.
Absolutely.
And it helps me with like remembering what the hell I'm doing throughout the stage too.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming
how the thermal help you out on that stage then?
Well, because that one, I'm assuming it was super muddy for you running through the tripwire part.
It was muddy. Like, did you
like
go down
deep muddy?
Did you go down the crack house when it was like that was our last stage of the night? So after all 200 or however many hundred of people walked back and forth and through that thing, we were the last to walk through it, and I think that's what like really did everyone's boots in.
That was our second stage on Saturday night. Yeah, and that was a soppy mess. Like you didn't want to fall in that shit. But on the radio call stage, after I traversed the damn tripwire mines with that damn 60-round rucksack, my whole squad kept saying, once you clear the last mine, you can book it to get into the other bay. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Dude, I start to book it in the mud of my boot. My left leg slips out in front of me. I feel myself going down. I was like, oh shit, don't get the muzzle in the mud. Don't get the muzzle in the mud. So I just yanked it up and I just roll over and I fell back and straight into the mud. And I was like, oh shit, I'm on my back looking up at the sky. Or I was like, shooter, are you okay? Yeah. He goes, well, if you're okay, get up. I'm like, oh shit,
go.
I gotta get up.
You didn't say stop.
No, I felt like I was like a fucking turtle on his back. You know, I was like, oh, help me.
Well, yeah, with that ruck on there, that's the funny part because like that obstacle would be like for anyone at that match would be like, okay, whatever, I have to walk over some trip wires.
Right.
But you had that 60-round ruck and then all the mud on top of it. Like it was comical. Like even like Brock, like Brass Facts, who is like he is very quick and very accurate with his movements. Even he was slowed down significantly by it just because of the sheer amount of like slipperiness around it. I mean, like, because no one wanted that thing to go off because that's immediate. Like your stage is over. You died
and you get all the penalties for all the misses you could have shot at. Yeah,
that's a match ending penalty.
Yeah. But so that stage, so once I got my ass up, got around into the field, I hit the D ball in the laser and I was like, what the shit? Into my nods, it's a green wall.
Yeah.
And the RO's like, dude, I have no visual either. He goes, if you're on thermal, you might want to go to that. I was like, shit, okay. I flick him up, aiming, and I'm like, where the hell is it? And he goes, I think a little more to your right. I'm like, what? I was like, okay. Well, I see like a stick. I'm like, maybe I just don't see the thermal, like, or see the target with the thermal. I was like, but I see like a stick. Maybe I was like, he goes, dude, then send it. I was like, all right. He goes, no, more to the right. I was like, fuck, okay, more to the right. I was like, oh shit, I see it. And at that point, I'm excited. I panicked, took like 3 shots to hit the damn thing. And he's like, all right, now far right. So I sweep it far right, and I could see it. So that stage, I actually got my last shot off before the par time went off.
Oh, nice.
So I actually completed it, even with like tripping and falling and laying like a turtle in the mud.
And remind me, I think most stages had a par time of what, 240 seconds? It was basically 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Which is a
feels
decent
like an
amount of
eternity.
time. It does. It feels like an eternity, but also like you're doing I think they were designed to where like if you lollygagged or you really were not doing well on a stage, you would time out.
Yeah.
Like for example, like the Hesco house for me was particularly bad because of my gear selection.
Uh-oh.
So I was wearing not just a belt with magazines on it. I was also wearing a chest rig, which had like my tools, like hand warmers, like my snacks, like a raincoat and stuff like that. Like I carry around the whole kitchen sink, whatever. That was part of my gear. So I had to find a way to not only put that on, but I had to put it on over my gigantic level 3A ballistic helmet that I was wearing. So instead of like actually putting on, I was like carrying all of my gear through the shoot house, like with the magazine. And I was like kind of like holding it like all awkwardly, like trying to shoot all 4 targets. I got a little smarter for the, I guess the car stage where it's like, oh, like you had to bug out of like a city and you're in a car or something. I just threw the chest rig on like a backpack.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So like you adapt, man. You learn to adapt on the fly when you're at the match, because anything could happen, and those stages they can change like by the hour depending on who's been through them.
No doubt.
Yeah, just because the terrain changes. So no, it was great, man. I had such a good time. There's so much like you learn about running not just like your rifle, but like your overall kit, like
every bit of your kit. Yeah. Because last year I ran a plate carrier.
Yeah.
And this year I ran the IC13 INVRT bandolier. That was absolutely godsend. That thing was so awesome to use. I mean, like again, because the 2 stages you just strip your gear off. I'm just literally grabbing a bandolier, throwing over and just dropping it. And it was on. It was good to go.
That's awesome. Brock had another, again, coming up with a good idea, split rig. That's easy to put on.
Like a jacket.
Yeah. Like something simple like that, I think is an often overlooked feature in something like a plate carrier, which is like putting on, an 18 kilogram suit, of armor. So awesome. If anything, like the weather again, like the fact that there was basically no moon, at least for the media squad, we got 0 moon from start to finish. Like the moon did not come out until I had gone back to the car, set my gear in the trunk, and came back around that little trailer. And then I was like, oh, there it is after we're done shooting. So I guess the gooning could have finally commenced after the moon came out.
Right.
So
it's funny. I felt like we had the moon came out for both nights at the Absolute Others Hunter. But what's up, Hunter?
Hey bro. What's going on, Hunter?
But the moon came out both nights at the very end. So the Hesco house was our Friday night end. Because like I said, I left my nods off and I just ran down the hallway to the end with my rifle and shot those 4 targets. And then the trip mine stage, it came out, but because the fog, again, the thermal saved me. So it was like, okay. But other than that, all of us were going, could it be any darker out here?
Yeah.
Like, holy shit, it's just so damn dark. I mean,
like what Moon's 24, in stark contrast to that, like Moon's 24 was full moon.
It was like full moon both nights, absolutely bright. I think I went more passive aiming than active the whole damn time because of that.
Yeah. It's easy to default to passive aiming, especially when you have a setup that's good for it. Like, you got the right riser and everything, because it's really easy under like full moon or like in an urban environment.
Yeah. Well, there's the thing we didn't touch on was you and I both ran high point HP15 rifles.
This is the meat of the podcast here, because I've been waiting. I actually have basically 2 separate videos where I have to talk about this again. So this is good practice for me producing video, because there's going to be one on my own channel that goes over my match. Like, everyone does their match coverage.
Right.
Gun's part of that. There's a video out now on the Nova group, which is kind of like a collaboration project between Brock, Brassfax, and Hop. Or sorry, Brock, me, Brassfax, and Hop. And then also I'm probably going to put out a video on just the HP15, because it is kind of like it came around at an intriguing time in my life, I think, when it comes to competition. So you ran the exact same gun as me, right? We both ran
Yes.
the 16-inch.
Yep.
Is yours a later generation than mine, or is it?
No, actually, and Hunter
Okay.
has the exact same one as well too. All three of us have
Okay.
the
Gen
1 in
HP
quotes.
15.
Yeah, basically.
Well, I only say that because of our discussion at the match when we talked about the QD sling.
Yes, and that's the tell for Gen 1 HP 15 is that rear QD sling on the handguard. You can't use it because it's hitting the barrel nut. So
even though it is a glaring mistake on High Point's part, I am honored to be part of the Generation 1 era, because now I know like the rifle is like, it's special. It's like, well, yeah, they screwed it up. So I think it's cool. I think it's like, it adds to the lore, it's pretty cool. So how did your rifle do?
it ran flawlessly. Absolutely flawlessly.
How many rounds did you have through yours before the match?
It'd been to a meat event in Lake Erie last summer, then GunCon, and then a little bit of my dicking around with it, zeroing it, and now post Moon's out, probably 1,500 rounds. Post Moon's out.
Okay, so yours has about the same round count as mine would have now. I think I'm right. I'm hovering right around, I think, 1,200. It was right around 750 before the match, and the match is a nominal 500 rounds if you're
right.
Plus, like, we took a day after and before the match to like at the Airbnb we stay at, there's a range. So like we get together as a bunch of gun tubers together sitting. And of course, what are we going to do? Just twiddle our thumbs? No, we're going to shoot.
Yeah, you're going to shoot.
We shot the piss out of the HP 15, So it's definitely got well past 1,000 rounds. I suspect that, since it is an M forgery, the first thing to go is going to be just the gas rings, because it's definitely a carbine length gas system on a 16-inch barrel. But I mean, other than that, man, it chugged through everything that I've thrown at it so far. I had a couple FRTs on it as well.
Yep.
Ran it through a couple hundred rounds of that. So it was put together well. I can't really complain about how it performed. Held zero. The rail was, held zero as well with the SMS Trinity that I had on it.
That's right. The Trinity. That's right. Yeah.
Because that was kind of like the vibe of my build this year. Is like, I'm going to go with a very inexpensive setup,
right? As baller budget as possible.
Yeah. So like, I mean, what, $500 rifle? I think they're going retail $450, $500.
$499's MSRP.
All right, okay, so $500 rifle.
Yeah.
$125 Holosun ARO.
Nice.
And then the SMS Trinity, which is $300. So less than $1,000, and you can go to Moons. And I placed 43rd, so I didn't do too bad in my estimation. So
you did a hell of up better than I did. But again, I told you that first stage of the trench run.
Yeah.
When I looked it up, I think I wasn't last on the trench run, but I was like 5 from last on the trench run. It was that bad because the few shots that I got. So
yeah.
But I think on some of the stages I hit stages I ended in like in the 40s and 50s. So I think if I could throw out stage 1, I did all right. I did okay.
Yeah. So if you could change anything about your setup, what would you change? Like if you go back in time and tell past Dave to do something different, what would you change?
It basically be don't run it thermal, just run active. Like still leave the DNT on there just to get some thermal footage, in the first person view, and just plan to go active. Because from the first stage where I bombed it, I just went active the whole rest of the time, and it was fine. It was absolutely fine. The biggest hurdle and problem the whole match really was just the mud. Well, okay.
Yeah.
I'll say the mud. And were you running your HP 15 suppressed?
Nope. It was unsuppressed, just with the A2 on it. So
I had a Jaguar suppressors. I thought it was behind me. No, it's kind of lost in the light.
Somewhere in there.
But I had a Jaguar suppressors flow through can on there. So 16-inch can or 16-inch gun, then you add a can to it. Yeah, there's times where I was like trekking through the woods or you had to grab like the stretcher or whatever. Dude, I was so worried my muzzle was gonna like hit the ground. I felt like I was carrying 2x4.
because of the length of the
So
16-inch carbine isn't great suppressed, is it?
Well, that's the funny thing. Is it great suppressed? Yeah, it was awesome. The amount of times I forgot to bring my earphones down from my helmet, I left them up and the gun was suppressed. It was great. I had no problem in that sense. But just the length of the damn thing, like run through the crack house, dude, I was bumping into so much shit because of so much length that gun had. I was like, oh shit, swinging it up, kicking it back out.
I considered running a suppressor, but there was only one way I was going to run a suppressor, and it was if I was going to run an ICANN on it. And that would have been comically long, which I think would have been awesome. Kind of, it actually kind of would have been a vibe too, since it is kind of, the rifle itself is an M4-gery. So
yeah. So I guess that'd be my thing. If I knew to do it again, I would run active intentionally and just leave the DNT as a gun cam, but I would have done it with a 10.5 with a suppressor, not the 16 with a suppressor. Yeah,
the 10.5 would have been probably my choice for this match too. There's really I don't think there's any justification really for a 16-inch barrel in a match where the maximum distance you're shooting is even theoretically, like, what is it? Like in past moons, we've run out to 150, 200 yards.
Yeah. Right? And this was like 75 was the max.
Yeah. So like a 10.5 is more than enough. Like there's no spinners, so no need to worry about that.
No.
There was some popper targets, which took a couple double taps for me on the Humvee, or not the Humvee, but the Tacoma State
thing. Yeah,
Mogadishu Maya. Yeah. So there was a couple of those, like even with the 16-inch carbine, I had a double tap to get them down, but that's probably shot placement on my part.
Same.
Yeah. No, I was pleasantly surprised with the HP-15's performance. Like I couldn't have picked a better gun for the match in my case, I think. Just to kind of showcase, like, the match is really designed to be accessible to anyone who wants to do this kind of competition. Obviously you should practice before you go to a match like this, because I think this was the first year that they did have some DQs. I think there was 2 DQs.
I did see that.
So this is the first year they've had it, though. But I believe as the competition gets better, the caliber of shooter tends to get higher as well. And I think I observed it this year. Like, everyone out there, I'm watching, like, passively as you're walking past, and from what you can see, is running really well. Like, people's match coverage, everything I'm seeing on Instagram, everyone looks like a freaking operator out there.
Right. A lot of very competent shooters. Like,
very competent shooters.
Absolutely.
Not even like necessarily like fast, but just people who are like very deliberate with their movements.
Right.
I can tell they know how to run around under night vision. So it's really cool to see that, just like on a broad scale up with civilian shooters.
Again, I'll say that's the thing. I feel pretty competent running around with night vision on, because I'll go to my range. Granted, it's a flat range.
Yeah.
But me and my buddies will run down, 40 yards in a direction, come back and turn in, face into a bay and shoot targets in there, just to do that physical movement of it, or just go take a longer walk, go walk all the way around to our 200-yard range, walk down 100 yards of it, shoot at 100 yards, then walk all the way back and come back into our bay just to navigate under nods. Because I think a lot of people don't do that when they have nods. But at Moons Out, you had the terrain and then that fucking mud.
Yeah.
Oh my God, man.
We had I saw someone trip over a log, like on that.
Oh yeah.
What's the one where you had to drag with the stretcher?
And the woods had the two DNTs.
Someone just totally ate it. Luckily they didn't like break the 180 or anything like that. But it was just, when you learn to run under night vision or navigate under night vision, I think you just kind of have to adopt abandon your will to live and just kind of accept your fate as you run breakneck speed through the forest. I mean, like, when I was first learning to use night vision, I was using this dirt cheap, like, Belarusian NVM 14 from ATN.
Okay.
I spent I think I paid Hop like $1,500 for it. Like, this is years ago. And right. I remember up in the hills of Pennsylvania, me and my buddy Josh would just like run through the forest like madmen, like playing hide and go seek with one another. And that's how I learned how to run under night vision in a densely wooded area. And like, now I feel like I'm pretty confident. Awesome. We used to go do urban exploring. Like we went and explored a abandoned Pennsylvania turnpike one time.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. People
need to go use this stuff instead of just like bringing it to the range. I mean, like, what you're doing is great, because I think you're incorporating like an often not looked at aspect. It's like outside of the shooting, there's a lot of movement that needs to be done. A lot of tasks, like reloading magazines or checking the condition of your gun under night vision. A lot of people don't look at that stuff as like core to the experience of shooting with night vision.
That was something I thought of on the range. is I've talked before about 3D printing. So I've 3D printed some magwells for ARs, and I've got one magwell on my MCX. It's like a clone of the HRF Concepts magwell, I think. And then I grabbed just some generic AR magwell and I put it on my 416 lower. And I even thought about, I was like, man, maybe I should pull this thing off. I was like, you know what? I really don't think these magwells really add that much speed to my reloads. I was like, I don't need that shit. Man, I tell you what, for me, running different goofy shit every year until this year, finally traditional with the AR. Yeah, how many times we had an unloaded start or just getting that magazine to begin with? Dude, a magwell on a nods gun? Yeah, that's kind of
I think that's probably the most outside of like competition, which this is, a competition or a match or whatever. I think night vision is probably the only other legit excuse for owning a flared magwell.
Yes.
On your gun. In fact, actually, it's something interesting I learned, with the HP-15 over here. I've got an X-Tech Tactical, one of their, 5.56 magwells. It doesn't play well with Gen 3 magazines with the magwell on there because of that extra tab on the back of the Gen 3 PMags.
Right.
So for the match, I made a conscious decision to run Gen 2 PMags only.
Nice.
Yeah. Again, like adding some capability, subtracting some other, everything's a compromise, I think, with firearms sometimes.
No, that match definitely is a hell of a shakedown for all your equipment.
Yeah.
Head to toe. I mean,
and I'm so paranoid. Like me and Hop did a night vision shoot a week before the match, just so we could validate our setups. And that's that.
Sure.
Where I learned the PMags, like the Gen 3 PMags don't work. I'm like, So,
oh, dude, could you imagine if you had to run that at Moons Out and then like try and change mags with somebody? Oh, yeah, God,
that would have sucked.
Yeah.
I mean, they worked. You just had to like really, really work them in there because of that extra tab on the back. But now I know. Now I know. Now I learned. I learned my lesson.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
What would you change of any of your equipment, anything for Moons Out?
I would remember to take my diffuser cap off of the SMS Trinity because that screwed me over so badly on 2 stages and I didn't even know it. So on the Trent stage, I was blinding myself inside of like the little port, and I'm like, and I'm using some really good like Gen 3 tubes or whatever, duals. I'm using I forgot what they're called. I borrow them from Brock every year.
Yeah, I remember. I caught your Nova Group video of you borrowing his.
They're in a die show bridge, so it's like tradition. Like even though like I brought an PVS 14 with me, I was like, whatever, I'll just borrow the duals because it makes your life a little bit easier.
Oh damn! See, knowing that, if I knew you had a PVS 14 with you, I should have borrowed that damn thing. So I could ran at my left and then run my thermal just all in the eye. But
see, that's the thing. Like,
it's a bitch.
It got used anyway because some Swedish people join us, which is freaking awesome. I love it. Like that. Moons is now an international event. We got Sweden. We've got like Finland represented there. So one of their guys needed a tube, so I happened to have one. So I was happy I was able to loan it to him.
Hell yeah!
But yeah, on that stage, even with like better tubes, just that bloom from using the diffuser cap inside a confined space was enough to blind me. And then on the crazy Casarda stage, it also screwed me because it just like the fog, So I think if I hadn't had the diffuser cap on, it was a more, focused beam. I would have had a much easier, my times would have been reduced significantly on both of those stages. So that was my fault. I totally screwed myself over. That's a learning experience for me. But now I will remember.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it's fun too. Is Moons Out is the fact that they have a killer random prize table.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
I can tell you pretty much. I think my entire squad got called at some point for something, and I think I was like the last one of our squad to get called too. I was like, oh shit! I was like, me and one guy were joking. I was like, oh, we're gonna get a hat. And he got called in. I don't know, pretty early on. I think he came back with an optic. I think he picked up. I don't know, a couple guys in my squad. I think it got optics in the end.
Yeah.
Not maybe. Oh, fine. Here, Hunter. So I'm gonna say hi to you real quick.
Hello, Hunter.
Hey, Sugar Bear, how you doing?
Good.
It looks like your tooth is coming in okay. Look at there.
Oh no, it's just a wiggly tooth.
How many you got wiggling now?
I got like 2 wiggling. One on the bottom is really loose. Like,
Don't
a
don't
little
forget.
bit, a tiny bit of it fell out at school when I was waiting for my bus.
Well, look, don't forget to tell your daddy to remind the tooth fairy that loose tooths now pay like $5.
Oh,
The
I
tooth
think it's
fairy
even.
will give me how many I have.
I think it's more to adjust for inflation, right, Hunter?
Yes, it's at least $5, Sugar Bear. So,
Well, I will be happy of whatever how much I get.
Good answer.
That's a good
Yeah.
attitude.
Say
I
that's
won't
awesome
throw a
answer.
fit.
say I
Good
won't be
night,
happy unless it's at
Hunter.
least.
Night, Hunter.
Good night, baby.
Here.
Don't get my cord.
Kawaka, come off with some of that fucking rusty money you got and give that youngin' $10 for 2 teeth.
No.
You want to get $10 for your 2 missing teeth?
Whatever, Hunter.
That's not even worth the copay at the hospital.
Right?
Right? Hey, if money's that tight, brother, I'll float you along.
Oh, it's okay.
Home equity loan.
Well,
I'll
yeah,
email it to you.
you can email Aga. So you can send a little card and say,
I'm gonna email you a check right now.
Cool. Appreciate that, buddy.
Yes, you should.
Oh my God.
Didn't mean to interrupt your flow there.
No,
Oh, you did. It was Eva. Blame it on her.
Right.
It was bedtime. It was a good diversion.
Well,
Yeah. And I'm like, my dog's bugging me. Go bug mom. Don't bug me. Yeah. What do you want, dog? God, what the hell are we talking about? Besides moons out, night vision shit.
We kind of settled. We were bobbing back and forth between the setups, the rifle setups, and I believe our overall impressions of them. Oh yeah, what we would change about the match.
Oh no, the prizes, match prizes.
Oh yeah, you're right, prizes.
Yeah, because I like I said, I think I was like the last one on my squad.
Yeah. Shout out to Jordan, by the way, who puts together all of that. He spends a lot of time and effort organizing all these match sponsors. I mean, a lot of small companies bring a lot of their blood, sweat, and tears to that.
Oh, dude,
table.
like what was it? Hush holsters?
Spencer from Hush holsters.
Hush holsters out there was a shit ton of holsters.
Yeah, and those holsters they retail for about $200 a piece.
Yeah,
I believe.
They're dope setups.
They're fairly expensive. Yeah. Yeah, even Aimpoint sends out they sent out a Comp 5, a magnifier, Verstaleka, as always, love seeing them sponsor stuff. T-Rex Arms helps out.
Q had more than a couple items.
Q had like 2 boom boxes plus suppressors that they were giving away. Super generous with them.
Phantom Hill had a bunch of laser devices out there. Like that. There's like what, 6 or 7 of those things?
I snatched one of those when my name got called.
Is that what you grabbed?
Yeah,
Nice.
I got a CTF3. So Ben, I know them, but this is a more legit way for me to get a hold of one.
Right.
So then just hey guys, can I take one? Plus, what was cool about it is these ones were laser engraved with Moons Out 2026 on the side of them. So they had a Moons
that's
Out logo.
Dope. I didn't know that.
So
that's
now
cool.
Ian McCollum's face is forever emblazoned on the side of my Phantom Hill, my CTF3.
That's cool.
Yeah,
cool.
There was a Lima 6 up for grabs. I do not know who walked home with that, but congratulations to them. That's an impressive prize.
I know a buddy from last year's squad. He walked away with the VHS 2.
Yeah,
from Springfield.
He grabbed that.
Yeah, there was Kuna.
A buddy of mine, Paul Sneck, who runs a small company out of Finland called Exodus. He had a bunch of his belts, his battle belts.
Yeah.
Those light assault belts, they're called the lab belts, and cigar carriers and things like that, like cool little laser cut soft good items. Yeah. There's a whole bunch of stuff, man.
There was. There's a ton of shit. It was crazy.
There's even some medical stuff as well. And that's what I picked up the last time I went. Because I could always use an IFAC refill.
Right. Refill. Wait a minute. You burned through some of your stuff?
No, it's just I don't like having old gear because I go outside with my stuff and I camp with it a lot. Right. So it's sitting outside and
I get that.
Even the tourniquet that I have on the bottom of my Agilite Reaper carrier,
Yeah.
it got mud on it. So, you know, you got to replace all that stuff just in case.
I think that same thing because I've got my tourniquet. It's on my bottom of my med kit, my belt. It's been on there for I don't know how many years.
Yeah.
And it's been laid down in the mud and just nasty situations. And what are you doing now, little girl? Okay, go to bed now because you're going to get in trouble before long. You don't get your butt there. But yeah, those things do need replaced when they're always constantly being UV beat to death. You know, I think a lot of people forget that sometimes that, you know, sunlight does break that shit down really and truly. Like,
yeah.
you need to get rid of those.
Heat, cold, moisture, like whatever. I mean, like you can't just like leave your gear on there and expect it to be okay in 10 years. Like even like, you know, fabrics decay, you know, at a pretty rapid rate. And that's exactly what those tourniquets are made out of. So
yeah. I think anyways, price of I ended up walking in with one of the Atrius super safeties.
Nice.
So they're set like a full auto, so you get the safe, semi, and super safe.
Yeah.
And they're ambi as well. I think 2 other guys in my squad all get the same thing. So we're like, what'd you get? Super safety, same here. So do I. We're like, sweet. Chris, I get home. My son's like, well, Dad, you bought one of those. You have one. I was like, yeah. He's, what do you do with that one? I was like, put in the MP5 because I had the typical push button, you know, super safety. So yeah, let's go with the full lever. And he's like, yeah, that's way cooler. I was like, all right, that's what I'll put in that thing then.
Yeah, and that's a platform. Like if I were gonna put one together, if I could anymore in the state of Oregon,
that's right,
I would probably put it in an MP5 because it's like one of those is just, you know, it's MP5 is a joy to shoot every time.
It's so much fun to shoot. It's absolutely
provided
awesome.
It's suppressed.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's always I always run mine suppressed. The thing is, I'll take a can off just because I'm like, let's see what it sounds like, or if the rate of fire changes that much with that thing. And yeah.
So, your favorite stage? I gotta know.
Definitely wasn't the Casada drill.
It was the foxhole one, wasn't it?
No, that was kind of a bitch. You know, when we walked that one, it was like, oh, this is gonna be cool. But when I didn't sink in till doing it that it was like you go to foxhole 1, down to foxhole 2, down to 3.
Down.
And I was thinking it was back to 2. Then you got to come back up to foxhole 1, and that just run that hill. I was like, wait a minute, we walked this a minute ago. This was not that bad steep of a hill. I'm like, this sucks.
I still consider myself a fairly youthful gentleman, but man, like that was not a fun time, and I am way out of shape.
Oh, dude, no! The whole night I was like, more cardio. My kid runs cross country. I need to run with him more often because, dear God, I need more cardio.
No, for sure. That was a very difficult stage. But I don't know. I didn't hate it. Like, I don't know. I get like this weird satisfaction out of like completing difficult tasks like that. Mm-hmm. Even though in the moment I'm like, this is the stupidest thing ever. I'm never doing this again.
I actually, after doing the first Midnight Brutality, doing the kettlebell thing, I got home. I got on Facebook Marketplace. I found and bought somebody's used 70-pound kettlebell that I take to the range just to make myself and friends do shit with it. Yeah. So now I continue to torture us with that shit. So like the stage, I was like, that was our first stage of the night too. I was like, let's do this shit, get it over with. But God, as I'm doing it, I'm like, oh, this sucks. Yeah. This is miserable. Oh my God. I just want to get this damn kettlebell over the line and get it out of here.
Yeah.
But man, favorite stage though, man. They were all cool and all fun, honestly. I wanted to say it would have been the trench because the 2 prior years it was the trench for sure. But this year they're running like shit. Not so much. I might have to still just go just the Hesco house, dude. Because you can just run so fast, CQB in that thing. I love shooting that shit.
Yeah,
that was
actually,
awesome.
that is I think probably the funnest part about it because it feels very high speed, low drag because the targets are 5 yards or maybe 3 yards in front of you.
Here, let's here, Hunter. We'll clue you in here. There's one stage, Hunter. We all did. It was called the Hesco house. It's a shoot house with steel targets, and we're all running an MOE handguard M4 with frangible ammo. In previous years, we've all had to use that same gun with our nods, meaning there's no optic, no aiming device. So you're literally point shooting with an AR, and you have to hit each target twice, and you only got 1 magazine to do it in. It's always fun. It's always cool.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
But this year, they changed it up, and you had to ditch all of your equipment and put it in this bin. And at one point in the stage, you'd be retrieving it because they have you start in a truck with the rifle. And they built story scenarios to all of it. Like reason something's happening, you're bugging out of town. On the go signal, you get out of the truck, get the rifle. You had 4 targets to engage. Had to hit them twice, but you couldn't double tap them. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 4, 3, 2, 1, whatever. Hit them like that. You run as fast as you want to go into the shoot house, and the ROs, like their hands kind of always on your shoulder and directing you, and you just zip through the shoot house. What, Luke? 5 yards maybe with the targets. I mean, they're close. They were stupid close.
I would say they're probably like 2 to 3.
Yeah, wicked close with shooting these things. But again, this year was all white light with that rifle, so you could aim, which I started aiming at first, but I was like, dude, this is still so close. I still dropped it down, just point shot all of them. It's like you don't need to aim.
I use the white light as what I'm aiming.
Yeah,
I don't think I used the iron sights once, and I did the same thing like 2 years before that when we had to do the tourniquet and then go into the shoot house.
Right.
I don't even think I like made a proper sight picture.
Yeah,
and I mean I think that's a completely legitimate way to aim with either an IR illuminator or a flashlight at a range like that. Like it's not worth your time to make a sight picture.
No,
and that's what makes it fun because you're doing it fast.
Yeah, it's by far the fastest stage you can run because well, I'd say it was it wasn't the driest stage. There were still puddles in there, but at least it wasn't muddy in the Hasco house. You could still get traction and move fast. But once you clear the house hunter, you'd come around to an end, ditch that rifle in a barrel, smartly leave the light on so it gives you enough illumination to see your shit, all your kit. And then depending on what your kit was, like mine, I said earlier, I had a bandolier, so quickly grab and throw it on. Belt, just quickly buckled up higher. And my nods, rather than trying to attach them to my dovetail mount, because my ear pro, my helmet was all attached, I had a lanyard hunter. I could just throw it over my neck. And my rifle run the thermal, I just grab it and then took off to the next part of the stage and actually used the thermal camera and shot all the targets. So for me, it was, the whole thing was fast, just constantly fast. So that was probably my favorite stage.
Yeah, because you got some momentum out of it, right?
Absolutely. Like it was damn near nonstop. It felt like, Then what was yours? What was your favorite?
Oh man, it might be colored by it being the last stage that I did, but like honestly, the crack house felt like it was really fun. Even though, like, man, I get cucked every freaking year by the flashbangs. They never go off. My flashbangs never go. I'm cursed. Like the first year they introduced the flashbangs, which are I forgot who makes them.
Yeah, one of my buddies has one.
I have one. It's called a tactical bang can. And I think tacticalshit.com sells it or something like that. But they're kind of an impact grenade. So you have to pull a pin and like throw it really hard against the wall, which I've always made really solid contact. The first year I broke the pin. I pulled out like the little coil and the pin never came out. And I didn't know this, but for under night vision, I felt like the thing had come out, which the coil did, but the pin did not. So I throw it, doesn't go off, whatever, go through the rest of the stage. This year, the pin did come out because I had to put it in the bucket, like they said.
Yeah.
I threw it, it made solid contact, it just didn't go off. So that was the only disappointing part about that stage. But I like the confined spaces in night vision, and I don't know what it is. It feels cool to be able to run through a house.
It absolutely does.
And there was also some like hostage targets in there, so it was also a good a little bit of problem solving and decision making in the moment, which adds to the scenario and also the fun that you're having while you're doing
those damn IR floodlights that kick on when you walk around the corner.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I was so blinded. I was like, I literally paused for a second. What the hell? Dude's like, I can't see shit.
It's one of those things like, if you go on 4chan, but people talk about like, you and all your night vision, all it's going to take is some boomer with a flashlight to blind you. Which, it'll catch you off guard, but I don't think it's going to put you out of a fight.
No. Just that brief moment and you're back.
Yeah. And most modern tubes, like, they'll auto gate either to compensate or like you'll do the thing, you'll look away. Yeah. And your tubes aren't going to die with a brief exposure to even the brightest of lights. I think it would take like direct laser contact in order to fry your tubes.
But that still was just an IR light, though. I think it wasn't even a white light.
Yeah, it's like I think it's what it is actually it's a hunting. It's a
hunting cam. Yeah.
So like when it detects the movement, it just like flashes a bunch to take your picture. Which I think it's cool. It's a cool part of the stage.
And that was a cool, fun, fast stage as well. Very much like the Hesco house.
Yeah.
But like I said, with the 16-inch gun in the can, I was bumping into so much shit with that thing. It was too damn long.
Did you run anything else on the rifle besides the optics, like a foregrip or anything like that? Did you swap out any of your furniture? Was it like
No, I did do that. I
Okay.
swapped out the grip and the stock for B5 system stuff.
Okay.
Because on our
So you have a Gucci HP15.
well, I mean, the color HP15s come with the B5 grip and stock.
Yeah.
And I had extra ones in my office. I was like, man, screw it, I'll put those on there. And I actually had their short, stubby vertical grip. I threw that on the front end too.
Okay.
And Hunter and I have been on about some of that camo adhesive wrap.
Was it tact wrap is what it's called?
I don't know.
I've got some of that stuff actually.
Yeah, it's an actual bandage. I think the brand name is Curlex, but a whole bunch of manufacturers. It's the kind of medical bandage that sticks to itself, but it doesn't stick to your flesh.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
I don't know. You can get a bunch of them for like $12
Yeah.
on Amazon.
And I got turned on to it at Gunsite.
And that's why, from you talking about the Gunsite, that's why I wrapped the grip and then the forward grip and a lot of the rail I wrapped all the way around, so it was always a comfy grip.
That helped
now. Oh, absolutely did help. It was awesome. Like I'll probably end up putting more of it on more of my guns.
I'm telling you,
moving forward, that shit actually worked really well. And even for like how many times we had to set the guns down, down in what I thought was mud. And of course, looking in the light, it actually wasn't that muddy, but it was wet. Sitting down somewhere wet and grabbing it and having that bandage wrap, it never felt like it was wet or slippery. And like,
well, you see I'm not cleaning mine. I refuse because it's like I'm wearing the mud like a badge of honor because that thing got filthy.
That's awesome.
It got filthy and it kept chugging along. But yeah, that wrap is great for like a cable management too in a pinch.
Oh God, anything ever like Hunter? You talked about you wrapped your sling, didn't you?
Yeah, where my sling was, like when you transition, when you bring your rifle up to get on the front side or the red dot, your sling kind of, rubs back and forth on your back.
Yeah,
well, where it was rubbing on my neck, I wrapped it all around my sling, and it way cushioned that rubbing up against my skin. It wasn't near as irritating.
Yeah, it's cool to keep stuff like that handy because it comes in handy just, in a number of different ways.
Oh, I couldn't believe what a difference it made.
Well, I'd seen dudes do it on Instagram left and right, and I was just like, and some of them like it's so thick. I was like, what the fuck are they putting on their damn guns? And then it went to Hunter actually was talking about coming back from Gunsite. It was doing it. I was like, all right, you're not talking about practical application. Whereas on Instagram, you just see photos of the shit. It's like, I'm not jumping some fat of this dumb operator bullshit on Instagram.
Like the ones that it's always like it's always the suppressed handguns that have.
Oh, absolutely, yes, yes,
like,
and it's super thick till they wrap it around. It's like,
yeah,
what the fuck?
Look, maybe that's what you actually do, but I don't see why you would. The stippling is so good on modern handguns. You don't really need it, and plus everyone's wearing gloves. So, and then like once you take the stuff off, like it's all nasty and gummy and sticks on the grip. So, I guess like that medical stuff.
This stuff doesn't. Grip tape does though. I put grip tape on so many of my things, then the fucking glue sticks forever. It's like, this is atrocious. Like, get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
About day 3 or 4 at Gunsite, I rewrapped my rifle, and I took the old off because it was full of the grit and stuff, and it unrolled perfect, and it left no kind of residue behind on the pistol grip or anything.
Which class were you at Gunsite recently?
The 223 carbine defense class.
Okay, cool. I think I'll be up there later this month. I'm not sure for what yet though.
I'm doing the 5.56. I think October.
Okay.
This year. So Ken and I are pretty tight.
Yeah, I love Ken. Ken's great. Ken Campbell is a national treasure.
Yeah. Dave Hartman's a piece of shit though.
What about Lou Gosnell? What are your thoughts on Lou Gosnell?
He's very stoic.
What?
He's very stoic.
Very stoic.
Very stoic. No, I love Dave Hartman. I get along with Dave pretty good, but I try to do 1 or 2 events up there a year.
Yeah.
Just because we go and film and do that, and then all the photos and video I turn over to the new marketing director there so they can use it. So
yeah, no, Gunsite's a great place. If I'd recommend everyone go there at least once in their
absolutely.
life. It's definitely worth
Nice.
it. They treat you like like an adult, like you're there to learn. They've even got little boo kits for you. They feed everyone lunch too. I like the structure. Like you go as a class, you eat as a class. It's fun to go to Gunsite.
I love it. I love going up there. We went. Ken had us up for supper like the Wednesday night, and one of the instructors, he was kind of a. I don't want to say that he was an asshole, but he was an asshole. He was very firm. He and I had a couple disagreements on a couple of different things, which I don't know if it's worth getting into. But the next day, he rolls up on his 4-wheeler and he says, I heard you had supper with the boss last night. I'm like, yeah. He said, what were you doing at Ken's house? I was like, Ken and I have been friends for 12 years, man.
Yeah, right.
He's like, oh, okay. So the student gets to go, but he's like, I ain't never been to Ken's for supper. And I was like, that actually came up because he doesn't like you at all, which is bullshit. But it's what I told him anyway. And he looked at me and rode off. And I'm like, oh, set the hook now, you bastard.
Way to stir the pot.
Yeah.
I like that. This is gaslighting I approve of. This is the correct use of gaslighting.
Correct, yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a fun place. Just for about any class we got everything like from what pistol to the classic pistol 250 that everyone's been through.
I've never taken it.
Oh well, it's kind of like a meme, I guess, in the media industry because like anytime there's like a new handgun release and it's at Gunsite, you go through pistol 250 basically.
Oh yeah.
So everyone's taken the class like 8 or 9 times.
I've done like a 2-day version of it. I've done like a 2-day version of it where we went for like a marketing event.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, that was when Ed Head was there and he put on like a day class using whatever handgun, revolver, what have you, that was there for the market media. But it was like a 2-day 250. So, but I've enjoyed everything I've ever done there. They're good people, truly.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like Gunsite, like I recommend everyone go there at least once in their life. It's a good, solid place to go and get some training.
Absolutely, it is.
Yeah, I have not. So you're reaffirming, Luke. I mean, I know Hunter's been telling me, go and get out there and.
Yeah, that and then the only other place. There's lots of other places I could recommend, but I'm biased with this one. But Thunder Ranch.
Oh yeah,
I haven't been there.
In my home state of Oregon, you should definitely go to Thunder Ranch and get some training from them.
That was
Clint Smith.
Clint Smith.
Clint Smith, that's right.
Yeah.
He's now like on the road training now, right?
He's in Cody, Wyoming.
He's in Cody, okay.
Actually, yeah, he's up in Cody. He's got a new range going up. If you check out his Instagram, you can definitely see him building his new range because of course, like him and Heidi really loved the property in Oregon. And as soon as they left, I guess, Clint couldn't stay not busy. So he decided to start up again. But no, the property in Oregon, the Thunder Ranch in Oregon is actually still doing really well. Jack Daniel and Colton Miller, both the trainers out there, they're, running it exactly like Clint was running it. So
nice.
The training's still good. The property's great. And, best of all, they're staying up to date with modern practices and theory and everything like that. They constantly get law enforcement, military guys coming through their companies who want them to test out their stuff. So I think it's a good validation of their expertise as instructors and trainers.
No, that's cool.
Have you been to Range Ready down in Louisiana?
I have not. I think I'm supposed to either go there or I think I'm either have a current invite or I was supposed to go a couple of years ago, but have not yet.
It's put on by the Greshams.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
wait, yeah, I went there for a media event.
May
7th for 5-7 Fest.
No. Oh, nice. That's a nice facility.
Yeah, no, actually, the range is great because it's like Louisiana, as everyone knows, is a gigantic swamp, but you can tell they've painstakingly put the HESCOs they have in there and everything's drained properly and it's got Yeah, I'm glad they have that because it's a really nice range, like just a whole bunch of space to capture video and everything.
Mm-hmm. I did a 1911 class there.
Oh, okay, cool.
And I enjoyed that.
It's a platform I don't visit often enough or revisit often enough. Is the 1911.
That's about all I care for, truthfully.
Really? So do you carry 1911?
I do.
What do you carry a commander size 1911 or a full size? Like
my favorite is a Dan Weston Specialist.
Okay.
Which is a 5-inch gun with a rail.
So appendix or you 4 o'clock?
I got like a pancake holster.
Okay.
Made by Next Holster, and it doesn't have loops. It has clips on it, like steel clips. Yeah. So like sometimes if it's real stiff leather and it's got belt loops, it'll try to push the holster out a little bit.
Yeah.
This one is like the holsters. It's kind of like form fitted, almost like this, and then with the clips, it clips really tight to your belt. So even with a loose T-shirt, it conceals great.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I prefer most anything is a 1911. Well, it depends. I'm very particular about what 1911s
yes, you are.
Including my life. But as long as it's a Colt or Dan Weston, it's okay.
As long as it's a Colt or a Dan Weston, it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll keep that in mind.
Ruger makes a good 1911 too. I can't give Ruger a hard time. But
have you looked at the new Nighthawks?
I'm going to be honest with you, Luke. I wouldn't kick a fat hog in the ass with the keys to the fucking front door of Nighthawk.
I just love how 1911 guys universally almost don't like Nighthawk, but there's people who like me who like Nighthawk pistols.
Right.
They have a cult following.
Here's what I got against Nighthawk. Really?
Oh man, that was funny.
It's not Kimber. Come on, man. I mean,
yeah.
Just saying they're not Kimber. So it's aired out. Hunter.
All right. Would you rather? I got a question for you. So, as a 1911 purist, as a Colt 1911 purist, would you rather wake up and have your carry gun replaced by a Nighthawk or by a TSOS 1911?
Nighthawk, for sure.
No. It's gonna happen. This is the Tooth Fairy. It's coming to steal your gun and replace it with something else.
If I had to pick between a Nighthawk and a TSOS, I would pick a Nighthawk.
Okay. So at least you have some sense. Okay.
Yeah.
You're out of line, but you're very logical.
Well, here's what I don't like about Nighthawk, and it's not really their guns. That was all of Bill Wilson's crew.
Yeah.
And when they were really busy and humping, these guys just were kind of like, all right, we're out. And it just kind of dipped out. Yeah, when they were cranking. And I've done a number of reviews for Wilson Combat. Their guns are very expensive, but they're very nice.
Yeah.
Right.
And I got to be honest with you, everybody there that I've dealt with, now it's been a while, but I dealt with a gentleman by the name of Dwayne Wormington, and a number of other, and they were all super, super nice. So I kind of developed a bit of a friendship with these people. And then when Nighthawk just was kind of like, they just jammed. I mean, I get it. It's the American dream, work for yourself, but it still kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
I get that.
No, yeah, I get that for sure.
I've shot a number of their guns. They're fine. It's not like a piece of shit. It's not a TSOS. TSOS. It's damn sure ain't arm score. But I'm trying to wrap my head. So everybody is all about the TSOS now.
It's just because they're so affordable. That's why.
Because you're spending what, $450, $500 for one.
But I mean,
and you're getting what looks like a way more expensive one, whether it's the Magwell, the comp,
I would even argue
shit,
an old I used to own an old Springfield 1911. 1911 A1, and that was fine. The thing ran great.
But I don't think they're as good as people make them out to be. And I know this sounds petty, but they're Turkish guns. And while I guess I guess all that crowd is technically our ally. the people, the Turks that I have met at SHOT that were not like the media or marketing guys were really weird. Like,
I mean, the guns don't work in my experience most of the time. They can do a handgun half decent, but if it's a shotgun in any form, it will fall apart within the first 500 rounds.
Really?
Guaranteed. Almost every single time. I have never touched a Turkish shotgun that survived beyond a couple hundred rounds. Those guns are 100% meant to be purchased and then shot once and then taken home from the range and then discarded immediately.
Here's a couple bits for you, Luke. So one, I've got well over 500 rounds to my Turkinelli. It's an Oxa.
Oh God!
I think I just have one that's just built right. But
I knew that was coming.
Now at the same time, shut up, Hunter. I don't shoot as much anymore because I bought a Beretta 1301 from Langdon Tactical. It's over there.
Very intelligent choice.
No, shut up, Hunter.
Dave, you're not going to get it.
Shut up, Hunter.
I haven't seen it in almost a week.
Fuck you.
Are you allowed to show guns on StreamYards? I don't. Is it like YouTube where you get banned?
Well, okay. Oh, here's I'll back up one thing too.
No, he just
one of our episodes just got killed by YouTube because we record this obviously and just post it later.
Right.
And we had an episode got killed, Hunter.
Really?
Yep. When we had Nick and Rob were both on, they called out the time frame. And the time frame you and I were talking about Bullet Bourbon from SHOT Show. But then John and Sean had both told me the timestamp means nothing. The YouTube's even told them it's worthless. So somewhere there's some gun content. We probably flashed a gun. And it's like, but that was the whole thing. I thought with the recording, it was fine. Apparently not so much. So they pulled it. So fuck YouTube.
No shit.
It's a podcast anyway. So it's on Apple. It's on RSS. It's on the Firearm Radio Network and Rumble. So fuck YouTube. But yeah, they pulled our episode. Just this week. But no, the other thing I'll say is the Turkish stuff. I get some people with wanting it. I get it as a gateway. But after meeting with some of the Turks, kind of like Hunter said, when I ask these guys, I'm like, what's with all these guns? What do you guys own and mess around with? And they're like, nothing. It's all for your U.S. market.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute. So now I won't say I'm anti-Turkish guns, but the fact that all these companies are flooding these cheaper produced guns just for our market, it's got me a little anti-Turkish gun to a degree.
Yeah.
Well, and that's just going to be up to, like if you want to operate in an open market or an international market, you're going to have to accept that people are going to try to take advantage of uninformed consumers, which is why it's the job of people, I guess, like you and me, within this, space to inform people on what they're actually purchasing when they're buying these kinds of guns.
It was weird. I met this guy at SHOT, and I don't remember his name, but he was the marketing director for TSOS. And we did a nice interview. I threw it on YouTube. It did really well. And so he says at SHOT, hey, I want to send you some test guns. No problem. I'll email you my FFL and SOT. Right. And I emailed him a couple of my previous reviews. And when I do a 1911 review, usually when I'm done, I'll detail strip it and look at the sear, the hammer hooks. I want to look at all the internal parts and see what they look like after 500, 600 rounds. And so I sent him 4 or 5 of the reviews that I did with like Dan West and Colt, some Ruger stuff. And never heard a word from him after that.
Nothing.
Well,
part of it, I wonder too, maybe did he jump ship or was he like, because like TSOS just dumped one of their importers because they're importing this stuff themselves now.
But this was last SHOT. This was
like just this year.
No.
Oh,
that was last year. Yeah, 2025 SHOT. Or hell, it might have been 2024.
That anything's possible, man. I mean, the reality is you don't really care. You don't want to review it at the beginning. No, I know you've given it a fair chance, but I'm just saying you didn't. Really
I mean, water on a duck's back, it's fine. Right. But I thought it was weird that he was like, yeah, and then chomping it a bit, and then crickets. So I don't know.
That's just how it goes sometimes.
I mean, that was fine. I was like, I hate to waste a 45 auto ammo on this fucking thing, but I'll do it if they'll send it. But
hey man, that 230 grain stuff is expensive these days.
It can get like that.
Yeah.
No shit. Ugh.
especially if you're buying anything other than Winchester white box.
Oh God.
So I'm pretty fortunate. Defender Ammunition out of North Carolina, they take pretty good care of me for test ammo. And then Double Tap's been really good to me, and Hornady helps out right much. So,
yeah, Hornady has been really good. Especially specialty ammo, like when I want to get some 6 ARC stuff or 6.5 Granule, anything like any clown caliber I want, they've got a loading for it, and they've got like a cartridge that's meant for hunting, self defense, whatever. They've been pretty good, Hornady.
I've had some luck with Winchester, but I don't know. I got set some of their white box stuff. And it worked, but it was pretty damn disgusting.
Yeah, it's filthy ammo.
I
guess, but their 9mm is like probably the dirtiest. I don't know what powder it is that they're using, but like, I mean, I've been a hand loader for like a long time, so I know like clean shot that stuff. Yeah. There's a reason they call it clean shot, and it's one of the more like economical like pistol powders. And I don't know why can't Winchester do something like that? Because it doesn't need to be that dirty. I hope that powder is like, I hope that powder costs like $12 for like 80 pounds of it, because it's
got to, man.
It's probably
like volcanic ash into the cartridge or something.
Yeah, no, that's great. I've always kind of I like Unique for pistols.
Yeah, Unique's great too. Well,
that's
Unique's
what
good
I've
for
always used.
Almost anything.
Yeah. Hell, I'm using Unique for my 4570. I'm loading a 430 grain home cast bullet with I think I'd have to go back and check. I want to say it was like 11 grains of Unique, and it's subsonic.
Yeah.
So it suppresses really, really well.
Nice.
Yeah, Unique's great for a whole bunch of stuff. It's unique in that respect, I suppose.
I'm here to tell though it's hard to come by now.
I'll be out here all week. Yeah.
I think everything's getting hard to come by right now, though. Honestly, I've not bought powder so long.
Yeah, primers still haven't come back down in price, really. I don't think they're still way overinflated. So I don't even hand load anymore unless it's like 458 Silcom. That's like the one cartridge I still hand load for.
Right. Something specific.
I'm doing 220 Swift. And then I started a project with RCBS I'm doing a series of videos on how to the basics of hand loading. And so I'm using 45 auto and 4570 because straight wall cases, big wall, easy to teach.
Yeah. And especially I've often recommended 9mm to people.
Yep.
Because it's that's also one of the few cartridges where you can see inside the case mouth after you've put your load in there. And also most pistol loads, like most recommended loads, it's impossible to double charge. And if you do double charge, it will be very apparent that you've double charged the case.
Right.
So it's like an added layer of like, if you can see powder at the top of the case mouth, don't put a bullet in there.
Don't force that shit in there.
Right. Compression load.
You're going to end with a hell of a kaboom. Especially if you're running a Glock.
You ready to shoot 9mm major?
Yeah. No doubt. That's exactly what that shit is.
Yeah, no, hand loading I think is a skill all I think gun owners should learn at some point. Even if they don't plan on ever using it again, I think you should know how cartridges are put together, what goes into a cartridge, what affects the speed of a cartridge, like all the different factors that go into it, because it makes you a better shooter, I think, or a better gun owner.
I tell people all the time, even if they're like, I'll never reload, I'm like, buy a reloading manual. And buy one that's 2 or 3 years old. It's still relevant. It'll be cheap. And it'll still give you a really good insight. Exactly.
I'd go on further and say it like this. Okay. Like I'm going to say it the way my buddy did for me. Okay. So one Christmas, my buddy bought me a Lee Challenger, anniversary Challenger press reloading kit. They're $100 on Brownells. Okay.
Oh shit.
You can cancel your Netflix subscription or whatever for 3 months to buy your friend a reloading kit and get him addicted to reloading for the rest of his life.
Right.
Or for yourself. I mean, it's like, I think that's worth the $100, man. Like, it's really not. And it comes with
pretty good.
It comes with dies. It comes with the press. It comes with everything you need besides the powder and the primers and the cases in order to start reloading. Yeah, it's like $100. It's like 100, maybe $125 or something on sale. So you can get it, I think, on Brownells, and it's always there.
I've always kind of gravitated between Hornady and RCBS for my reloading stuff.
Yeah. RCBS, the Rock Chucker is probably like my favorite rotary press.
And I know it sounds like the Dylan has been my go-to as well, but I will say like the Lee has that market of being super affordable.
It's
easy
the
to
entry
get
level.
into. Yeah, it's the
And
entry level. It's not the
Yep.
best. You're going to wear shit out faster of it, buddy. It's replaced.
But
a
it gets
lot
your
of shit
foot in
with
the
multiple
door. It's
Lees.
reasonable.
Yeah,
And,
but it gets you going.
I'm
That's cool.
I'm no enemy of like the X10. The X10 is like a great system. If you're gonna do high volume rifle cases, the X10 is probably like well worth your money. When I was competing in USPSA more regularly, I ran my Dylan SDB nonstop. Like I was just every night, like 200-300 rounds, of 9mm, just cranking it through there. There's a lot of good reloading presses out there. I haven't had any experience with like the Hornady lock and load stuff, but I've heard that's another really frequent first stop for people when they upgrade from a single stage press to like a progressive press. They'll go to the lock and loads from Hornady.
The APs from Hornady are really nice. As far as simplicity goes, they're probably one of the simpler progressives.
Yeah,
and it's nice. Even like with the single stage, the lock and load, you don't have to. You set your dot one time, and then the bushing threads out. It locks into the press a lot like a bolt locks into a rifle.
Right.
So once you set your dies up one time, you just
they're already set.
Yeah, but I mean, I've got a couple APs and I use them, but I really prefer single stage, even with pistol cartridges. It's a lot slower. But I like to charge the case, and I like to see that powder level.
Yep.
And
no, I'm with you.
With it.
And it's all I load anymore. Like I said, is 4.58 SOCOM, and each one of those cartridges still costs me about $1.50.
Oh,
like the brass is 70 cents, the projectile is $1.
And how often are you shooting that thing?
Like once a year. It's like a birthday thing. I take it out for my birthday, and I'm also like. So this is like some deep lore about my life. So like 10 or 12 years ago, when I built baby's first SBR 2-stamp gun, it was a 4.58 SOCOM. And I wanted to get like, the original like 4.58 SOCOM design was basically just another 16-inch upper with a bigger barrel. Yeah. And you just slapped it on a lower and it was good to go with different ammo in a regular magazine. I found on the Tromix website before he was taking orders online that he had a 10.5-inch barrel that I stupidly decided to purchase in combination with some new 4.59 projectiles I found from Black Butterfly ammunition that are 600 grains apiece. I wanted to combine the two of those and make 4.58 SOCOM I just wanted to basically have a catapult with gunpowder, essentially. So Tony Ramore, when I called and made the order, he asked me, he's like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm going to make an SBR and shoot these 600 grain loads out of it. And he laughed at me and hung up the phone. And I didn't understand why until after I put the gun together and learned that there was no powder in existence to make my load work.
Oh shit.
There is now. Lovex makes a 4.58 SOCOM SBR powder that works perfectly for this load. So I don't know if I did it or I manifested it into existence. But
right.
Suffice it to say, like the cartridge is impractical for me, but I still do it. And that's what I use my Lee single stage for. It's like I get joy out of like cleaning those cases and like making checking all the brass. It's about the procedure for me, or the ritual, I guess.
The ritual of it.
And that's like I don't recommend people do this, but my personal thing is like I like to pour a glass of bourbon and I like to load a couple 4.58 SOCOM. Like a box of 20.
Nice.
Just be responsible.
Yeah. Well, my sons, both my kids, honestly, they've helped me off and on small little bits as they were much littler when I was reloading. But now as my son, as he decided this past summer, he wanted to upgrade from 22 LR to 9mm in competition. Okay. I was like, fine, now you're going to actually like for real learn how to load and use the Dylan press. And yeah, I could see that he enjoys the fact of every stage doing it and then going through and checking every single one with the case gauges, making sure it's all good. And of course, he learned a lesson off this too. Was he was using a Lyman case gauge that was like multiple calibers in it that I bought for a 38 special for my lever gun, and he was using that for the 9mm. And his first IDPA match, he had two loads that just flat out wouldn't chamber. We had like end up pausing. I had to grab it and I just smack it real hard to get the round out, get him going. It happened twice. It was an IDPA match in our local club for IDPA. It's really, really small. And it was only like 5 of us on a squad. Our RO is a friend of ours. We shoot all the time. So he was like, don't sweat it. Just start over, kid. And after it happened again, I was like, okay, Mace, we get home. I have that Dillon case gauge, the single 9mm one. Check everything with that. If anything stands out too far out, I was like, move it aside. Put it in a whole other box. Don't take that for competition stuff. I was like, because the Lyman clearly is more forgiving on those cases than what the Dillon one is. And literally we found that. So we found half dozen or so that, they sit grit and Lyman. They sit really high up in the Dillon, pulls aside, put them all in range ammo. And he's running as an XDM. I think would not feed those rounds for shit. Everything else fed just fine. But it still, all of that is ingrained him into the idea of the reloading, the process behind all of it, each step doing it. And he gets pretty intense with it. When you watch him doing it, he's laser focused and just every little thing pulling it. It's cool to watch.
Yeah, just wait till he discovers PRS, and then he's gonna have he's gonna start saying words like ogive, meplet trimmer. He'll start using foreign words like that.
I'm like, kid, what the hell are you talking about?
Bearing
hell yeah.
Learn bearing surface.
Yeah. It's funny just how like reloading is such like a weird not alternate universe, but like subgenre under like guns that
absolutely
it's a whole different group of nerds. And it's like it's really funny just to see how it's another community within the community of gun owners. And I love it,
you're gonna get the total just as all the different styles of gun owners, you can get different styles of reloaders. Like I feel like I'm a hack reloader, man. I started off doing 9mm as cheap as I could.
Yeah.
So I was stretching my.
I think that's what everyone tries to do. It's like I'm gonna shoot so much. I'm gonna make so much cheap ammo, and then you learn like, oh man, I actually have to spend a lot of time doing this.
Well, it turned into I saved ammo by like chinsing up my HP30 or not HP30, the tight group loads to as low as possible to cycle the gun so it would go farther. But then what happens from that? I end up buying more bullets and more bullets, and then like practices more along with competitions, and I'm shooting 3 and 4 times more, and it was like, what the hell? I'm not saving money reloading. I'm costing me more money because I'm reloading all this shit and shooting more often, which is great. But to say that, I'm going to save money reloading.
No, you're either going to shoot more or discover a whole new hobby that you're going to spend a whole bunch of money on, which is what I did, because then for a while I was hand loading almost everything I shot, but then
holy shit.
Yeah, but now it's just the fun stuff, the goofy stuff. So
nice.
I don't know. It's kind of a cool subset, but man, it's like how much more like divorced from like just the act of shooting can you get, but besides like hand loading, like you're basically resurrecting your own gun.
Right. I love it. That's great.
Yeah.
And I look at my press now sitting out there and it's like, oh man, I need to get back out here. Like the weather's, I thought it was changing for the better. The whole time I was gone for moons out, it's been really nice here.
Yeah.
And now we're getting like second or third winters coming back in and the possible snow.
Yeah. It was, the weather at Moons was nuts. Like the first night was cold and wet. And then the second night was like, I felt warm. Like I was in Florida. It was humid. I was sweating.
It was warm and then wet when it rained on us again.
Ooh, yeah. It was ultra sweaty, man.
It was good shit.
But I don't know. It's part of what makes the match fun. It's like you can feel the mutual suffering in Echo Valley Training Center.
Yes.
Luke, do you cast as well or just reload?
I do not cast. I've never actually tried casting myself. I think I had the equipment to do so at one point, including even the swaging, the jacket swaging.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I just never used any of it.
I find casting more fun than reloading, truthfully.
It's that's why. So I have some questions for you then, because like in high school, I was part of like a trade school program. So I have done foundry casting. You add the additive to make the hardness for the casting. Is that added in by you, or do you use lead that already has the additives in it?
So it's according to what you want to do. What I normally cast with are wheel weights.
Okay, yeah, just get them from the junkyard or whatever.
And so what makes the lead hard is tin.
Tin, yeah.
But tin will not bond with the lead molecule. So you have to mix in antimony.
Okay, so like basically welding flux or something
Yeah.
or something similar.
Yeah, exactly. And so wheel weights on a like an automobile wheel weight, it's not pure lead. It's tin and antimony just to make it hard enough to hold a shape, on a wheel.
Right.
So when I'm casting, you can do a hardness test, and it's measured on the Brunel scale.
Right, and I think 18 is about standard, right, for most
So
loads.
if I water quench wheel weight castings, they hit between 18 and 19.
Okay.
If you want to get a little harder than that, you can buy what's called linotype, and it's actually the old lead they used to use for typesets.
Oh, okay, interesting.
But linotype is a little harder even than wheel weight lead. I think it can get to 2021, but you want that lead soft enough to obdurate into the lands and grooves. So you do have a good gas seal. If you have a full gas seal, you're going to lead the barrel more. So
now, like, do you specifically use certain types of bullet shapes, like for certain loads? Do you have gas checks built into your 38 specials? Like, do you coat your bullets? Like, there's so many questions. Like this again. I'm talking about the nerd stuff. You see how far it goes. Like, we can get into this like 8 layers deep.
Sure. No, I don't coat them. I size and lube them the old style way.
Okay.
With a lubicizer.
Yeah.
And then most of my bullets are not gas checked.
Okay.
But like my 4570 is a gas check bullet. However, if I'm loading it below 1,000 feet a second, I don't gas check it.
Right, because like with a 38 special, even 357 Magnum, you can probably get away with just the regular old cantilever, right?
And if you use if you're using Lyman Alox lube, it's really good for like lower pressure, like 9mm 45 auto. When you go 38 special, when you go to like 357 and 44 Magnum, you want to go to something like they make a Orange Magic.
Orange Magic, okay.
It's called Orange Magic, but it's so hard. You gotta put a little heater element into your lubicizer to warm it up so it'll flow.
That's
interesting.
But all lubicizers got a little hole in the back of it. So like if you swap, I bought 2 lubicizers. One is for Alox and one is for Orange Magic. And then you just get a little element that slides in the back and you plug it in and it warms the lube where it's sitting in the little, ready to be dispensed.
So it's applied evenly around the case.
Enough to make it soft, enough to where when you size the bullet and that lube's under pressure, it's soft enough to fill those grooves.
Okay.
And then when you come up out of the sizer, it's perfectly 1,000th over your, bore diameter, and it's lubed correctly.
So do you jacket any of your own bullets, like with the swager or anything, or
no? I mean, I've heard of it, but that's beyond me.
It seems extremely complicated and not worth it, in my opinion.
I mean, I like jacketed bullets fine, I reckon, but I don't see any reason. I guess if you were reloading for like your AR,
you would definitely want that in your AR,
rifle, then perhaps maybe jacketing it would be better.
Yeah.
But I got a buddy that now he uses linotype and he mixes in like he'll go buy a pound of plumber sorter and he'll mix that in with ever how many pounds of linotype, and he's casting a really, really hard lead bullet. I think it's probably 24, 25 Brunel, and he's shooting it out of an AR.
Holy shit.
Yeah, man.
Dang.
He actually wrote me an article about it.
I mean, I know that those hardcast guys, they're doing that for bear defense usually, like to get through all that thick skin. Like you want something really hard and flat just to go as deep as possible.
So,
but still for an AR, that's a trip. Damn.
Yeah, that's wild, man. Because like you're talking a huge jump in pressure from like roughly 35,000 psi to almost like 60,000 psi. That's
right. I wouldn't do it with my rifle, but.
Yeah, right. Yeah, on his rifle.
Yeah, you go for a while.
He was telling me about it, and he shot like 500 rounds through it, and like took pictures of it with a bore scope. And I mean, it was dirty,
sure,
but it wasn't as dirty as I was expecting it to be.
Yeah.
So
I mean, okay, I can believe it.
I know, like guys who just man, like this, like I used to subscribe to him on YouTube, or I think I might still be a Full Ed Taco. He powder coats his bullets.
Yeah,
which is, I guess, an easy way to do lead coating over or cover the lead. So
Right.
The reason I don't powder coat is because I don't even like if you buy a nice high end mold like MP or RCBS,
yeah,
they're still not perfectly round.
no,
They are really close, but I size it because I want that bullet to, you get a die, and if it says 4.52, it's 4.52 all which away. And so I've never sized a bullet that the sizer did not reshape that bearing surface.
right.
It might be a little bit,
But it's still shape. It still reshapes it.
but it's still because when you pull it out, it's clean, it's shiny.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, I got to size it anyway. I guess you don't have to, but I wouldn't want, I don't know how a lot, what if it was, a thousandth or two too thick on one side?
Right.
I don't know how that would affect pressure. Maybe not a lot.
I mean, you're also introducing a lot like instability after it leaves the barrel. Like, I mean, you don't want an inaccurate bullet, right?
Right. So I'm like, I'm going to size them anyway. So if I'm going to size them, lubing happens during sizing.
Yep.
So powder coating will be a whole other step.
Yeah, that's true.
So now I've heard advantages of it too, but I've always done it. The guy that taught me how to cast had been doing it for 100 years.
Okay.
So he was kind of real old school.
Well, see, so now you need to pass on your skills. Like you better get to work on some videos, otherwise this knowledge is going to be lost to time.
I was going to say that right there. If you're doing RCBS videos, you need to go back and do like a whole series of casting videos.
Yeah. He mentioned to me, I got an email from him today, and he was asking about doing some casting stuff, and I was like, well, let's get done with the reloading. I mean, a lot of times when I mention casting to people, they're like, I would never do that.
Right.
It is a lot of work, but for me, it's very therapeutic.
Yeah.
Okay. Question I've been in the casting is I've been to your place. Where do you do that shit at, the casting?
So you've been in my backyard?
I have not been in your backyard. It's always been dark.
So if you walk out my backyard, to the left is a shed.
Okay.
And in that shed is about 2,500 pounds of wheel weights.
Okay.
So I got a little area cleaned off. I'll do it outside. I'll open the doors to the shed.
Sure.
And then I got my LP bottle and my burner and all, and I got a pretty good sized piece of steel down, and so I just cast outside over there by the shed.
Okay.
And I've done it. I've actually done it on my porch. I put down a big piece of aluminum and put the pot on that and plug it in and just kind of sit back and enjoy the day pouring lead.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need a complicated setup. You ever seen the movie The Patriot? Mel Gibson,
right over
right over the campfire, man. Use your son's Peter figurines.
That's a great movie. Great movie.
Yeah, great movie.
That was a cool scene. When you seen the movie, what was that movie with Gary Busey about the werewolf, Dave?
Silver Bullet.
Silver Bullet.
Silver Bullet.
There's a
casting scene in that one too.
Yeah. So the guy is casting a silver necklace.
Oh, okay.
And he's using I think it's a Lyman bottom pour pot. And I'm watching it and I'm like, here's the deal, fella. That bottom pour pot probably gets to 850 degrees.
You're doing the Leonardo DiCaprio thing where he's pointing at this.
Yeah, I'm like, silver melt
right there.
300 degrees. So your equipment isn't going to get hot enough to melt that.
Yeah,
but it's still cool.
That's why it's a movie. Yeah,
and then he reloads the one round there on the RCBS old rock chucker. I put a low grade load so it wouldn't tumble. I was like, wonder what the fuck that means. Did you drill the rifling out of the barrel?
That's movies for you, man. That's movies for you.
But it was cool to see the guy pouring the lead and, the single stroke there with the 44 special with the nickel case that he used lead. They used silver to make the case too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's
going to be a silver bullet.
What do you think they used? Gallium?
Hell, for all I know, it was just lead.
Yeah, or just really, it could be like
it could have been a pewter cross.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you like cut lead, it's pretty shiny. Like
Yeah.
before
So-
it oxidizes almost immediately, I guess. So.
But it was a cool little scene,
Yeah.
something like that. But
No, I appreciate stuff like I think it's getting better with modern movies. Like John Wick has been love it or hate it has been good for that. Like people pay attention to details now, and I think productions are like, okay, we need to actually like get actual consultants and get it right. So I think it's been an overall improvement over the years.
it should be, because it was getting pretty bad. I mean, one of my favorite movies is what is it? Dave, Bruce Willis with the
oh god, you really I wasn't sure if you're
Last Man Standing.
Last Man Standing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
it's a great movie.
No, stop it. Hunter loves the movie. I enjoy the shit out of it too. It's not a good movie. It's a
Could we say it's
more than
bad
a B
enough
movie.
to be good?
sure. I'll roll
It's
with
so
that.
bad that it
Yeah,
returns
it's
to
so
being
bad.
good.
I'll roll with
Like,
that.
Dave and I talked about it. I was like, this is where Checkmate introduced the flush fit 100-round mag for your 1911.
Oh.
The guy just blazes through hundreds of rounds without a reload. But it's Bruce Willis, and he,
It's
and he's
fun.
kind of a tough guy in this, Western town.
It's a Prohibition era like gangster western. It's
Oh, okay.
it's
okay.
fun. If it's on Tubi, dude, give it a watch. You'll enjoy it. But at the same time, you'll go like, this is one of the dumbest movies I've ever seen. Like, but
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, usually I'm gung ho for a good Bruce Willis movie, but
Oh no, I
haven't
mean
heard about
it
this
is
one.
cool. He whips out the dual 1911s, and yeah, he's get what 150
Peak
round
80s.
mags.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's late or mid 90s.
This is mid 90s.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah,
so
but the amount of rounds he
Demolition
fires
Man
off
ish.
them.
Then
Yes.
It's got Christopher Walken in it, though. He's super creepy.
okay, say
96.
no more. Say no more.
96 is when it came out. I just pulled it
Okay.
up.
Yeah.
Huh. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it's so bad it's good. Definitely give it a
There
watch.
it is. I enjoy the movie, but it is so bad it's good.
Yeah.
It's almost like when you see a really bad car wreck,
Yeah,
you can't look away.
Yeah.
I mean-
that's exactly it.
yeah. There's a bunch of good examples like that. I actually just thought of it. There's a good or more modern movie that gets reloading better. The what's the Jack Reacher, the Tom Cruise Jack Reacher one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
The original one,
there's-
just Jack
it's funny
Reacher,
because
it's called.
I have that Uniflow powder measure, our CPS Uniflow, and that's what was one of those moments where like, oh, I have that exact powder measure right there.
Well, that was funny. Is that particular Jack Reacher movie, I didn't realize for the longest time it's a Christopher McQuarrie directed it, who did a lot of the Mission Impossibles with Tom Cruise, but Christopher McQuarrie also wrote and directed The Way of the Gun
Yes,
with Ryan Phillippe and Benicio del Toro.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
so he is genuinely a big gun guy.
and you have
and his
if you haven't
brother was
seen
his
Way of the
technical
Gun, it's one of
advisor.
the best gun guy movies out
Yeah,
there.
have you seen that, Hunter? Way of the Gun?
I don't think so,
I
man.
mean,
Oh,
the
it's
opening
so
scene alone is awesome.
Yeah,
Is it streaming on something? Do you know off the top of your head?
that I don't know. I'll find out for that one, but I just want to find you an image.
you could
of
probably find it for free on the internet right now. Like, but there's I think proper representation of guns in movies has always been there,
It's on Tubi.
but yeah, you typically don't.
give it a watch because it's good.
Like Heat's a perfect example. Of,
Oh, what a great!
Oh,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
still like the best. Anything Michael Mann is always that solid. I mean,
Yeah, Michael Mann. See, I think it comes down to the director. If the director
Yeah.
cares enough, then it's gonna be good. Like Christopher McQuarrie, like even the guns in that movie make sense for the characters that they're given to or
Yeah.
that wind up with them. I think it's great the way it's represented that in that movie.
But
Man.
like I said, it's a lot of it. People are they're starting to care more. I mean, well,
Yeah.
look at the change from the 80s and 90s, or it's even 70s, 80s, and all hip shooting.
Yep.
In the early 2000s, they start shouldering them. They weren't aiming, but they were shouldering them. And
Yeah.
then it's evolved now where people are aiming the guns and you only see half their face. And it's like, guess what?
Yep.
It still looks cool, people. Like,
It does. Or like take for example, like how often do you see teacupping anymore?
oh
not what
god,
we used to.
You don't see that a lot anymore. Even in like lower end productions, they're starting to recognize like, yeah, maybe we should actually like figure out how guns are actually shot.
dude, that's been hilarious. Like I started revisiting the X-Files. I love
Yeah.
that show, and oh my
Oh,
god,
man.
I do not remember how much they're teacupping shit.
Scully and Mulder are
So
probably
bad.
the two worst
I
in
mean,
terms of teacup
Teacupping
offenders.
is at least better than pulling the Stallone where he grabs his wrist. He
Yeah,
does this. Even the Expendables, he does this shit. Grabs
Yeah.
his wrist. Like, what are you doing?
I
dude?
still think the most egregious like misuse or misemployment of a gun has to be The Walking Dead. Where the guy's
God.
got
Oh,
the
boys.
AUG with the flashlight in between the hands, like I don't know. Ergonomics failed. Maybe it's because he's not Austrian. He didn't understand. I
love
like
the
the first
show.
season. The
It's a
first season was okay.
I still like all of it for the most part. Like it's good interpretations of the story, but God, when it comes to guns, though, it's so bad.
Yeah, it's
so
egregious.
bad.
Pretty
How many
egregious.
times they aim an AR with a front sight post only, and you see the guys all like this? You're like, what are you doing, dude? Like,
there has to be a game out there like Walking Dead or like Somali Pirate or something like that. And because like a lot of times you'll see them with like ARs that have like a flat top AR that they just happen to get off of a boat somewhere, and then like, oh, like this is my gun now. And it's got no sights on it.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, man, we did this for an hour and 40. Should we wrap this thing up?
We can, if you'd like. I guess I could eat some, which is something I did not do a lot when I was up in West Virginia at Moons. So
yeah, no, very little.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I guess like to circle back around to it, like, how do you feel like this is a reasonably accessible competition for the average man? I mean, me and Hunter here are probably not the perfect example of like the average gun owner, right? Like we're inside the industry. We got a little bit of different level of interest and we have a dog we have a dog in the fight, so so to say.
I don't know, man, because have you ever done the East Coast night shoot? It's actually here in Ohio.
I have not.
Our mutual friend Nick Chen, he goes to that I think pretty regularly, and I went to it. It was last year, the year before, and having done Midnight Brutality, done Moons Out, done a night vision match down in Lexington. My friends and I doing our own stuff on our range. I kind of was walking in with pretty high expectations, and really there was one local Ohio training outfit, Anvil something. I'll butcher it, but I'll put it in show notes. I've trained with those guys. They're super cool. They had a little side bay where they had a dynamic setup where you could run around and shoot, their targets, and they had it built, which was a man versus man thing. Beyond that, all that was there was the main big line of this quarry. And they had steel out there, and guys just walked up and shot. The rest of the time I noticed people were just happy, literally happy to be sitting in the back of their trucks or in their lawn chairs wearing their nods at like a campfire with each other because they don't have anywhere they can use their nods.
Yeah. So
they all fly out to this event or drive to this event just to meet up with their other online buddies and hang out and wear nods. And I'm just like, no, this is not for me. No. So at that rate, Moon's Out, man, like you kind of gotta have your shit together a little bit, I think, to really do Moons Out. Like,
I think
again, I would say like Hunter's not been. Hunter
stop.
could do it. Yeah, you and I can do it. I know Hunter could do it. But somebody else, if they just bought nods, I'd go, hey, man, why don't you take a class with night vision first? That might be a better move, is take a night vision class before coming to Moons Out. I do
know there's smaller, like other outlaw matches, because like Moons Out isn't technically a sanctioned match by any governing body, right? It's an outlaw match. So there's other small local outlaw matches like around here, like that I know do White Light, which is a good first step into that. Like, introducing yourself to the fact that there's going to be other people on a range with you when there's not as much light around, and where, you've got to be cognizant of where like your muzzle, your white light is going. And I think the upgrade from that is to find a local range that is doing some limited night vision stuff, which they are out there. Get on Practice Score and look. You may have to drive a couple hours, but I think that's the best way to do it. But I do agree with you that Moons should not be your first stop for a night vision match.
The other big thing I guess to say is, if you're the kind of guy, you've got night vision, you've been wearing it around your house, your farm, whatever, and you go to things like the East Coast night shoot and you hang out with your buddies with your nods, and that's as dynamic as things get because you don't have the range access or a match access, fine. Do yourself a favor then. Go to a park. Go to a densely wooded park and seriously trek around at a good pace in a park, and maybe go, I'll say like night hiking, but do like some hiking if you can in some kind of woods somewhere to a degree.
I was just saying
that would give you better preparation.
Go play hide and seek with your friends in night vision. That's the best way to do it, because like you have to give yourself 60 seconds in a specific area. It'll force you to run and move and hide around things without taking your night vision off. And also to make sure you're
beyond
not, flicking your IR on.
Oh God, right.
Flagging yourself.
I mean, because then beyond that, no, then I think you'd be better set for it because you're only going to be so prepared because as you and I both discovered, every year there's always some new damn challenge of something with a kit or whatever that
you
that's
learn something new every year.
Yeah.
And I learn almost something new almost every time I go out shooting under night vision. So yeah. No, but that's good. That's why we do it, right?
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. It's too much fun.
Yeah.
Hunter, we need to get you out to one of these things.
Man, I'm sitting on go, brother.
You got to hit that refresh button every year just to make sure you get a ticket.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Hunter, if I remember you saying this year the match sold out in 60 seconds, and there was how many shooters? Like around
170-ish.
Yeah, I was just like around 200-ish.
Yeah.
And Friday Night Hunter, when they gave us our intro, they said they still had over 100 people on a wait list.
Yeah,
damn.
It's like so like it. The word is out. People know of it. It's hot.
Yeah,
But
we just need to find more ranges like Echo Valley Training Center who are not just environmentally interesting and adaptable for this type of competition, but are willing to let us do it because I don't know if you noticed the second night we were there was a crazy dude rolling around on the road outside the property.
No.
So do you know, this is funny. I'll give you some.
I know the story of the house off that one.
Yes.
Off the one range.
Off the field.
Yeah.
So across the road, so there's a stream and then there's a road and then there's this gentleman's house who moved there knowing full well there's a range next to his house. And so I guess he was pissed that we were out there this year. And he was like, he had his truck pointed towards like our stage. And he was like honking his horn nonstop in an effort to try and like derail us. And we're like, well, we kind of just don't care, man. We're
let's ignore these shit.
So it was kind of funny, like just like hearing this guy like presumably drunk, because otherwise, what normal human being goes out and does that? But I get why he's annoyed, but I also thought it was kind of funny that he was trying to disrupt everyone. He was also making noise, so I don't know.
It's like whatever, dude.
Yeah, yeah, good stuff. But regardless, fun time. Type 1 fun, would definitely do it again. Always have a good time out there. So I appreciate that, Ian and crew are putting it on, and all the sponsors.
Yeah.
Foot up a good, not just the prize table, but like, donate a lot of their time. A lot of them volunteers, range officers.
My God.
Yeah. They come out.
I said they spend months practicing those stages ahead of time. They come out on their own time to try and perfect them, make sure it's all going to run well. Less winter, and the One Shepherd crew, they've been really good about being like kind of like our anchor, I guess, really. A post by which this competition kind of like runs on every year, because we have, if it wasn't for them, all this wouldn't happen. A solid set of ROs, access to a Humvee for some cool stages. They let us do, beyond even the night vision stuff, you get to do a lot of fun stuff with guns that you would not be able to do anywhere else, at any normal range. So it really is a rewarding experience. So if you get a chance to go, it's totally worth your money. Well, I know I look forward to seeing your footage of what you put out for, which I'm assuming will be in the coming weeks, I guess. Yes, hopefully within the next couple of weeks. I want to do it before the end of the month, but nice. And where's that going to be? Is that going to be on your channel through TFB? Let's see. My stage breakdown, like my match coverage, is going to be on my own channel. It's Ballistic Aviation, and then my review of the HP-15 will likely be on the Nova Group. That's a joint channel that's run by Brassfax, Hop, and myself. And other stuff will be on TFB TV, and also TFB TV Showtime for NRAM coverage when new guns and stuff come out. So I will link everything in the comments. So I won't bother to list all the other places I write for and do content for. So that's me. That's me, Hunter. You found me. I'm a sub right now. There we go. See, ever closer to 10,000. I don't know what I get at 10,000, but I feel really bad, and I have to apologize to people who do always tell me this. Like, I know, Dave, you've been one of those people. I actually don't I don't work really hard on my own channel, and then I see people who are like, who come up to me and who are like, oh yeah, like I watch you on YouTube and all this other stuff, and they're like, I just started a channel, and like I watch them, like, man, their stuff's really good, and they have like 2,000 or 3,000 subscribers, and then it makes me feel really shitty because I have so many subscribers and I don't do anything with my channel. So I'm going to try and rectify that this year. It's been a long time coming. Do shorts, man. What grew my channel the most
was
Yeah.
shorts.
Yeah, no. Yeah, there's some work I got to put into the channel. So, well, I've got topics. I've got to. I'm not bullshitting. I do write stuff down. I have a whiteboard full of topics, and
Nice.
stuff that I have to take
Nice.
care of stuff. And it helps, like, people like Dave help me out by sending me interesting guns reviews. So that HP 15 right there,
I help when I can, man.
that interesting review, even though it's an AR, and I hate reviewing errors, but it's been a review.
It's hard to review an AR because
It is.
what hasn't been already said.
Yeah, because they're
I know.
ARs. Like,
Yeah, exactly. But hey, this
Yeah.
is the old thing made new again, for modern times. I like it. It's a perfect example of what I want guns to be.
oh yeah. Well, I appreciate you joining us, man, and giving a quick break. Well, it's quick, but
Quick.
giving a fun
hours
breakdown
later.
of our bullshit from Moon's out and some reloading info.
No, it's been Dave. It's always good to talk to you. I love hanging out with you. So next time I see you, I think will be NRA show.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Well, we'll see you
Hunter,
there.
are you going to Houston?
I don't know, man. I'm way behind on a bunch of stuff, and so it's 50-50.
Okay, well, let's throw us out there too. So yes, I'll be in Houston for NRA.
Okay.
Obviously as High Point. I'll be all these things as High Point. I'll be at GunCon in June.
I'll see you
I don't know if
there.
You're going to go. Okay. And then goals in Des Moines, and that's what, August, September, I think.
I'm not sure where I'll be in August or September, but we'll see.
And I just realized too, I found out just today we're going to CanCon East,
Oh, nice.
which is in South Carolina somewhere, Hunter.
Oh, you'll be right down the road for me.
That's weekend of Mother's Day, I think. So that one's right around the corner.
It's coming up fast.
Yeah. So
Well, maybe we can hook up if you're gonna be in it. You're gonna be.
well, you're gonna have to come to me because we're gonna like drive to it, do it, and then we're driving back. Like it ends on Saturday. We're driving back Saturday night. Gotta be home for Mother's Day, man. Wife would kill me if I'm not.
Oh well, I don't guess I'll see you.
Well, then come to CanCon. It's probably only an hour or two for you.
What is it?
CanCon, like
What is
suppressor.
that?
South Carolina somewhere. I Google it.
No, what is it? What is that?
It's a suppressor convention.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my understanding is we'll have a booth and we'll have a range spot. So there's gonna be three of us going, so we constantly walk.
Oh.
I think it's open to the public.
Should be. I think CanCon is
okay.
open to the public. Yeah.
Okay, so
I think they do have like a
Okay.
media day beforehand, but like it's one of those things where it's open to the public.
All
I've
right.
never been, so I don't know. I could be lying
All right,
to you
well,
right now.
all right. Well, then I'll let you know. And Hunter, if you can make it, you should look into
Yeah,
it.
I'm gonna look it up here, and because if I don't, I'll forget.
I'll see what info I have and I'll send it to you tomorrow.
Please do.
That work.
All right.
Hunter, where do people find you at, buddy?
Range hot, brother.
Yeah.
Same.
Yep. No, I'm with you. Same with me. It's Live Fire Media. That's where we're all at. So again,
Yep.
Luke, I appreciate you coming on, dude. So we could bullshit, and
Absolutely, man.
yeah. If you guys didn't enjoy this episode, well, that sucks to be you. Try again next time, I guess. So, till next time, gentlemen.